Hello and welcome to the daily draft of Crimson Vow. I mean, it's a bit of a breach of trade descriptions, really, a daily draft. It is a day, and I'm drafting Crimson Vow even, so there we go, it's not too much of a lie. So, I can probably tell my appetite for the set, given on how many videos have been uploaded drafting it. Clue, not many. I've had a few good games. I just had one with the Caretaker against the Slug. That was fun for everyone. It wasn't fun at all. But, you know, it's a magic set. I'm still playing it sporadically. This is a sporadic time I'm doing it. I've yet to open Catilda. Now I have, and I'll take Catilda. Catilda, I'd say, is not up there with grade A bomb, but it's not far away. I think it's probably the next level of bomb. And it's an interesting second pick after the Catilda. So what I do like about this form, obviously I think the format's a bit shit. I presume a lot of people do. I spoke to Davy about it and he said that the latest LR just criticised it heavily, which I can understand. And I love. But, you know, still a magic set, still draftable. And anyway, where was I? I was going with this. Am I going to take Lantern Bearer or Flame Blessed Bolt? I suppose we've taken, like, Flame Blessed Bolt, clearly a better card, but we've taken the Catilda and we're going to try white-blue. I think my favourite deck in this format was white-blue, so a lovely sip. It's certainly on the cards to do it again and hopefully enjoy it. I think the Kindly Ancestor, as you will agree, love, is the best pick here. Definitely is the view from the Magic Guru. The Wandering Mind's also, well, really good, and I do like red-blue, but I think given the Catilda and the Bearer and the fact that we're almost certainly going to be forcing white-blue here, we should take the Kindly Ancestor. And now everything comes to a cocking stop. So what did we take? We took Lantern Bearer second. So no blue here. Lantern Bearer is not a huge sign, although it is a very good card. So white-blue might not be our dream. I think we just take the best card, which is probably Dormant Grove or Wedding Security. I'll be honest, I only just saw the Dormant Grove. I was going to take the Mariner instead, but I was going to take the Wedding Security, but then the Mariner. I think we want this over Cruel Witness. I think the disparity between the power level of these two cards is too great for me to take the Cruel Witness here. And Wedding Security doesn't fit well with that style. Let's go for the Dormant Grove. Okay, well, it looks like green is open. These aren't fantastic cards. Like, the Slinger is the definitive 23rd card. Although it's fine. Piercing Light's fine. Blinding Geist. I've actually found this better than I thought I would. I've been quite impressed with Binding Geist. It's come down the board a few times and really made it difficult to block, and if you ever mill it, you get a bit of value. It's not brilliant, but it's certainly playable. I think I'm going to take it here over the Singer and the Piercing Light. You get a lot of Piercing Lights. Piercing Light's fine. I just like the Knife. You always get a Crushing Canopy, but I'm still in on the Forcing. Alluring Suitor is by far the best card here, but I'm obsessed with Chill of the Grave. Ever since no, it wasn't Khan's, was it? No, it was Khan's. Was it Fate Reforged? No, I'm pretty sure it's Khan's. God, I'm a boring person. Ever since Khans of Tarkir, I've loved this effect. Crippling Chill or Creeping Chill? No, Crippling Chill I think it was, and it's been reprinted 8 times since, and this one's slightly better. I really like that card. And I always seem to take and play it. I don't think we want the Griff Rider here. Oh, there's Wolfkin Outcasts. Wow, that's really good. I don't think we can avoid taking that here. I mean, the Throng's good for us somewhat, because we haven't got any 2s. No, I'm going to say the Wolfkin Outcast is just too good. We're still relatively open. Arguably, our best colour is green. Despite blue-white being the shell I'd rather pursue. No ridiculous bombs yet. Catilda's obviously the closest. But in a draft where I've just played with Avonbrook Caretaker against the Slug, Wedding Announcement, the black-red guy, the red-green guy, I've somehow managed to eke out a 2-1. I'll tell you how I managed to, thanks to the Caretaker. Scattered Thought's a pretty easy pick here. And makes me slightly regret taking the Wolfkin Outcast over the Throng, but I'm not too fussed about the Throngy boy. I think I'll take the Spirit here. I've yet to don't know if I've even played this. I've yet to draft a deck where the spirit is good, but if it's going to be good, it's going to be in this deck. I think we're pretty committed to blue-white here. That would have been nice to get a second Throng, but alas, one Throng is better than none. Actually, that's not true. I suppose I'd rather have 0 than 1. I'd rather have 2 than 0. I think I'll take the Soul Cipher board. It's not bad in this kind of deck. White doesn't seem to be open to us. I suppose we could take the Wandering Mind. No, I'm going to take the Soul Cipher board. I've not been impressed and or played this card, but that's not to say it won't do its thing here. As we get the Canopy back, and Ancestral Anger, and we open another Catilda. Close. Well, the best card's probably the Imprisonment. Well, I'm trying to work out whether or not I can be greedy and wheel this. Our white is better than our green, and our white is more of a shell to contain our blue, just. The Dormant Growth is excellent in any deck. The Outcast, yeah, I mean, it's a one-card machine in and of itself, but obviously it's not at its best in blue-green. I think we just play it safe and take Braincomber here. It could wheel, but I would look a bit dopey if it didn't. We should see white this pack, and then hopefully blue next pack. My favourite deck has been the Blue-White Spirits deck. Of the, I don't know, 30 or so drafts I've done, that was the one I felt was the best at getting a 3-0 without any bombs, and it performed really well. It might just be because I didn't face any bombs though, as I try and get out of taking a crippling chill here, or whatever it's called. And I probably won't get out of it. Siphon Essence is fine but predictable. The best card's obviously this one, but I think I'm just happy taking a second Chill of the Grave here. A third Chill of the Grave may be too many. How many? Whoa, sorry, this is. It's only. Sorry, it's not enchantment or spirit. Or I didn't know what that card actually did. I haven't. I've got one enchantment on the front side and 1, 2, 3 on the back side. Is this an artifact? Yeah. I think I should probably take the spirit. Again, if there's a deck for it, it's this one. Clearly we're not struggling to get Chill of the Grave, and we are pretty committed to blue-white here. I think we might try the Supernatural Rescue. I just don't really want to. I don't think it's very good. Fuck it, I'm just going to say Ceremonial Knife. Ceremonial Knife's always good. Pass the sugar, boy! There we go, Braincomber's nice. So it looks like forcing actually got us there in the end. I say in the end. I think it's the Lancer over the Snare here. I had a deck where I played a lot of counters and it just lost horribly. And ever since then I've decided never to play a counterspell in Magic again. May or may not be true, but I'm a little off this. I like Siphon Essence a lot, especially as a sideboard card, given the ridiculous cards in this format. I think the Lancer's got to be the pick here. It might be a bit struggle to exile it, but it works well with Scattered to exile something to enable it. But the Steel Clap Spirits are going to block at some point. The Throngs may or may not be played. Wedding Invitation may or may not be played here. Don't know how that's relevant, but it's nice to point it out anyway. I can see Drog's got Inventory, which I really like. Yeah, that's a good pickup. That's the kind of 2-drop you want here. Ooh, a second Scattered Thoughts is excellent. I did the Dying to Serve deck and it was really good in the black-red Ceremonial Knife, loads of blood. I don't think I did too well, but that wasn't down to Dying to Serve, it was down to my inabilities. But it was certainly better than I gave it credit for. Anyway, Scattered Thoughts is excellent here. This is turning into a nice blue-white deck. Yeah, Piercing Light. Happy to play one exactly of those. So what's our removal at the moment? It is non-existent. So we haven't wheeled the Sigurda's Imprisonment, and we didn't wheel the Kindly Ancestor, so I'm glad I took the first Brine Coma. I'm not going to take a second Soul Cipher Borders, that's just greedy. I think I will take the Siphon Essence here. It's a nice flexible card to have, and here's all some good green cards going late. Well, I'm going really late, the card's excellent. We have quite a good green shell. Is it better than white? Nah, probably not. Repository Scarp. I don't mind that here. I'll probably take Valorous Stance, but I'm just going to see a quick human count. 0. Okay. So I will take Valorous Stance. One of the better white removal spells, I feel. Its flexibility lends it a lot. A third Scattered Thoughts is probably too many. But considering we picked up a late Repo Scarp, the Valorous Stance is excellent. Excellent red bomb, but not for us. Ooh, is this a deck for Arm the Cathars? No is the answer to that, so let's take a second Valorous Stance. I think we're going to be Creature Light, yeah, but this is going to creature it up eventually. This isn't going to be played. This is borderline. Still think it makes the cut just at this moment. There's a lot of value you can get with blood tokens, oddly enough, in blue-white. Next to the Disturb. Is it still called Disturb? Yes. It's probably this, but there is merit to be had in the Hopeful Initiate, which is slightly better than I thought. The couple of times I've played it's been surprisingly alright. I think we just need the enchantment removal though. I mean, the two Valorous Stances are obviously excellent, but there's a lot of things they can't kill that perhaps we need to with the Initiate. Good one drop, but we have some early plays. Let's take the conservative line. The Conservative Party under William Hague. That's my William Hague impression. The clue's in me saying William Hague. Anyway, I'll take a third Valorous Stance. That is good. I guess the Cradle of Safety is an enchantment. This always overperforms. I just feel we need a slightly higher creature count. Fierce Retribution's excellent. I think we're going to take out the knife at this stage. Okay, so we did pick up the removal this pack, which has really been helpful. I think Piercing Light... I guess it's quite good with the 3 Valorous Stances insofar as it takes care of things that they can't. Oh, the Ancestor's a really good pickup here. It means we can change the... I was going to say we can upgrade creatures, but there aren't that many we need to upgrade. Creatures are very throwaway, but all okay. The trainer's not going to get played here. 2 cuts. I don't want to cut Chill of the Grave, but it probably is right to do so. Yeah, let's get rid of one of those. Begrudgingly. I think this is a... Well, first we're taking this boy. And presumably not playing him. I think this is a 17 land deck. I'm not sure. How mana hungry are we? Could be better than the Repo Scarp. Yeah, there's some interesting deck building questions here. Let's put in everything. Even that can make it. Let's put in cards I'm going to cut so I can feel as if I'm achieving something when I cut obvious cuts. I'm going to put the Wolfkin, the Sport Crawler, so I can feel like I've accomplished something. I'll just get them out right away. How likely are we to have a card in exile? Somewhat. Late Piercing Light. Okay, I think we can cut that quite safely. Let's get rid of these bad boys. I kind of want to play the Monstrosity. We are going to have a card in exile somewhat regularly. I think we can get rid of the knife. The Lancer might be borderline. does combo well with the Soul Cipher board, which itself might be a card we look to cut. I think the Steelclad Spirits are good here. We could consider siding them out against another slowish deck. But they give us good protection. Could just be the Binding Geist? What's it called? Binding Geist. Yeah, I think it is actually. Yeah, I think we'll get rid of one of the Chill of the Grave. Probably a Stitched Assistant. Because I'd rather have the Repo Scarb, which we could just get rid of actually. And the Trainee, which I see all the cards I put in are just coming right back out and I feel great about it. One more cut. I'm happy to have the Monstrosity here. I think it has to be a non-creature, so I'm probably going to err on the side of Piercing Light. I don't really want to get rid of a Valorous Stance. Could just be a Chill of the Grave. I really like that card so much. Let's cut Piercing Light. We can always bring them back in, but I think the Steelclad Spirits do a good job of what Piercing Light would do. 8/9 works for me. Insofar as they curb early aggression and keep us alive until we stabilize and hopefully take over with a flyer with lifelink and protection from some things. 6 out of 10 deck, maybe a 7. 6.5. I think it's about fair. Just like we drew it up. Just like we drew it up. White green. Well, I feel good about this boy now. Lancer looking awkward now, but it's going to be better soon. Yeah, gets his card. No problemo. Oh, Scat Thoughts is a good draw. Just going to move the mic because I can't be asked to get off my fat arse. There we go, that's better. Alright, so if he attacks with the resistance squad here, the Griff Rider. So he's going to attack next turn. I see. I see. Well. Valorous Stance is an interesting draw because it means I can get in with this. I may as well get in with the Lantern Bearer because I'm not going to block with it because he's definitely going to be attacking with things next turn. This works for me because I can scatter thoughts, Cradle of Safety, that kind of thing. Sigurda's Imprisonment. Kind of think I should save. I think I'm priced into saving this here, annoying as it is. The fact he's on 3 lands does make a difference. Now it means he can't get in for an extra 6 points of damage. Instead, just do that. Get in like that. I presume we're going to get a block here from the resistance squad. Maybe not. I am going to cast Scatter Thoughts because there's a world in which... well, there's not a world in which we're going to take the Cobbled Lancer and exile Catilda. We're just going to take Catilda and... yeah, the Chill from the Grave. Opponent misses another land drop. I think it'll be difficult for him to find his way back. If he finds one this turn, yeah, if he Sigurda's Imprisonment, he's back in it. Let's just play a 4/4, 5/5 lifelink. Usually quite good. Sigurda's Imprisonment would be somewhat annoying here. Wow. Okay, that's very annoying, I'll be honest. How can we get out of this? let's get in for 3. I think we just chill at the grave or something along those lines. The Valorous stance looking quite awkward here, but well, looking very awkward here, isn't it? Oh, never mind. A lot better now. Be interesting to see if he keeps in that card. And now we've probably got it sewn up. Here, in you come, buddy. Good attack, I think. Ooh, a second Valorous stance is interesting. So we're gonna swing in for 3. Opponent's got 2 spells in hand. Militia Rallier, not today. Okay. So, 3 Sigurda's Imprisonment changes things markedly, doesn't it? So you have white-green creatures and loads of enchantments. 3 Sigurda's Imprisonment is a lot. So how do we play around that? We certainly bring in Stitched Assistant. Do we want to take out... no, we probably want to bring in a Piercing Light. Especially on the draw. I think Cobbled Lancers... still think it's fine. Obviously it looked terrible there. The 2 Steel-clad Spirits are fine. Probably get rid of the Cipher Board, as creatures going into the graveyard is going to be not as high as one would imagine. Probably just get rid of this as well. I guess loads of 3-drop removal, even at 5. If I'm passing this for 6 money, he's going to be able to remove it for 5. I think that works. We should be quite good against enchantment removal because we have a lot of crappy creatures. Not just any removal, we have a load of Brine Coma kind of things. Well, certainly a keepable hand. If we draw a land, we'll probably win. If we don't, we could struggle. Yeah. Militia Rallier. Let's get our first Sigurda's Imprisonment sorted. And hope to draw a land so we can scatter the thoughts here. I mean, he'll just go for the Sigurda's 100% surely if he has it. Which you'd imagine he would with 3 of them so far in his deck. Okay, with the Griff Rider instead. Interesting. It's a very bad draw for us, insofar as we didn't hit the land. I think I just chill instead of Cradle of Safety. We need to hit that land. Yeah, obviously we Cradle of Safety here. I was going to preemptively preemptively chill the Griff Rider. Let's get in for 3. I imagine there'll be a Sigurda's Imprisonment in our future. So if we Scattered Thoughts here, assuming he's got the second Imprisonment. Oh, Dormant Grove. Well, that's going to work out quite well for us eventually. Okay. Definitely want that, and we definitely want that. Nice. Let's just get chilling. I think I'll sacrifice 1 damage to be able to Valorous Stance his thing, or maybe mine if he gets Wall Strike. Hallowed Haunting. Well, that card's unplayable, right? Okay. Yeah. As well you should concede after a Hallowed Haunting. So we look we can beat someone who conducts, creates their deck with unplayable cards, which is good. Which is good. See if we can beat some slightly more discerning deck builders. That may be difficult. But our own bomb led us to victory. As is the way of the Crimson Vow. Well, we're on the draw and I never mulligan, so it looks like we're not going to be mulliganing. Oh, yeah, genius. The most toxic of scorpions. The most lanterny of bearers. Flame Blessed Bolt, okay, fair enough. Makes sense. As with the last game, if we just draw a couple of lands here, I think we're in excellent shape. If we don't, I think we're in bad shape. Valorous Stance looking quite good against green-red. Especially we've got 3 of them. Yeah, 2 bolts is somewhat annoying, but this is still pretty good for us. I think I'm just going to start with the Soul Cipher board here. This probably will come out incidentally, given that the opponent has just used 2 bolts, which are a good way of circumventing this. Yeah, Child of the Pack sends it today. Snarling Wolf with me today. No, it's not going to get better than that. Wait, what? Oh, it's my graveyard. Okay, right, that's a lot worse than I thought, but hey-ho. I thought I was being dreadfully clever with this. I don't think I need to block just yet. Cool, I'll take 3. Could have done this in advance, sorry, and gone for the Piercing Light, which I think is in our sideboard, so it probably wouldn't have worked very well. Yeah, let's just go for the 2 excellent cards. There's no need for me to get aggressive here. We're going to win the long game quite easily. Cradle of Safety makes Catilda a 4-4. Well, it makes it very good. No, it makes it 5-5, right, this turn? Opponent looks to be mana flooded. Massive Might. You know what, I'm just going to kill that. He gets me an extra lifelink point next turn. Opponent looks like he's got a 5-drop, that's fine, we'll just Valorous Stance it. No, let's just... Could we? I really don't want to leave this open to removal. I don't mind next turn so much, just here, peeling removal there, killing this. Yeah, okay. I think I'd have cycled that if I was him. But I understand reticence to do so. Right, let's see if we can get this Soul Cipher board sorted. I don't think we need to do anything here. flying, right? Yeah. Lifelink, obviously an excellent keyword here. Means I'm going to survive long enough. Let me just stop clocking him. It's a 2-turn clock. I'd like to draw a land here. Yeah, cool. The opponent presumably has a combat trick, maybe Massive Might. Probably either that or Witch's Web works. Let's play out the Spirit pre-combat, get an extra point of damage. Neither Massive Might or Witch's Web work. Oh, I guess Witch's Web works on this. I think I can safely assume it's Massive Might then. Cool. Soul Cipher board looking about as good as I thought it would. Is he going to toss his Massive Might? There's not going to be much use here, I wouldn't have thought. As I just take the damage. Yep. So is that his second Massive Might? Yes, it is. So 2 Massive Mights, 2 Flame Blessed Bolt. I guess Valorous Stance is... couldn't ask for a better matchup than this. Red-green, big creatures, 3 and 2 combat tricks that make his creatures bigger, and 1/4. Nice. He's dead on board. Even if he's got a Wolf Strike here, which it looks like he does. Just let that happen. I do own a card in exile, don't I? Yes, 2. Good. Okay, so I don't need to change much, do I? Big green-red. Oh yeah, we need to go with the Soul Cipher board, because that's not at its best in any deck. I thought it was better than it actually was. I thought it checked their stuff too, but indeed it doesn't. I don't think we want a Piercing Light. We're just going to look pretty stupid if you draw it against his 1/3s or 1/4s. I don't really want the 4/2 either. I think I'll probably just put in a Chill of the Grave. Yeah, that works for me. We haven't got the most fecund set of sideboard options, but we have something. We've made a change, we've sideboarded, we've played for the matchup. Just like I've been playing Age of Empires, which is a nice little segue recently. Davy, Alex and I have been playing a lot of Age of Empires. Davy and Alex have been winning a lot, and I've also been playing with them. There's been a lot of games where they've sort of won. We've been doing 3v3. They've won without me realising there was a battle, which was quite impressive on their behalf. Perhaps less impressive on my behalf. But you know what? Fair enough. Oh, sorry, I didn't actually have a thought there. I was browsing the internet at the same time, which shows the poor quality of production value I exhibit in these videos. Yeah, I went into it all saying, you know what, guys, I'm pretty good at Age of Empires 2. I could only see that continuing here. It didn't continue. It abruptly ended. I've got a little bit better now. I've watched a few streams and optimised my build. I just get overawed when it's late in the game. There's too many units and I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm good for about the first 12 minutes. Anyway, Age of Empires 4, I'd recommend everyone check that out if you're into that kind of thing. Now this is a lot closer. I think because of this, it's a keep. I'm trying to be a bit more prepared to mulligan marginal hands. Because I know it's a weakness of mine. Cradle of Safety is not ideal, but hey-ho. Spirit is certainly a card that's legal here. I'm just going to trade for his... Ooh, okay. So he's going to get him for 4 here. Not great. I have have a... Well, basically the Dreadlight Monstrosity is a dud. This is kind of a dud. I suppose it could work later on. The hand is not looking great. The combatants, fine with that. Let's take another 4. Now if we draw a land here, we're looking golden. The Epicure, okay. Not a land. We have things to do though. Celebrants, okay. I'll just Valorous stance that if I get the opportunity. Steelclad Spirit is doing God's work here. On deck is not doing God's work here. Second Valorous. If we're not going to draw a land though, Valorous stance is about as good as it gets, and it's well known that Screw beats Flood. The Flame Breather, okay. There we go, the land. Let's just play a 2-3. We can't just hold up mana here. That's not a route to victory. Look, I assume somebody's going to die here from a trick or something, but again, I can't just do nothing all game. Finally drawing the land's given us a real chance there. Lacerate Flesh, okay. He still doesn't have an attack, which is kind of good. He disagrees strongly with this notion, so we'll just take 3. I think I'd rather kill the first striker here. I think this is a very poor attack, incidentally. No, let's not get in for 2. Maybe we should. No, we're going to play the Brine Chroma. I know it's a little bit sketch given that we're at 7 here, but and he's clearly got a plan of burning me out somehow, whether that's by big creatures or a bit of direct damage. Yeah, there we go. Well, that helps him. This puts me to 4. Scorpion's okay. Okay, that was a good last card for us. Presumably we'll attack with everything. So it's block like this. Like this. Interesting. I think we have to just play out the 3-3. Oh, we certainly don't want to do that. We might, just the fact he's got 4 blood is going to be hard for us to beat here. That means he's going to get 1, probably 2 more good draws, and we can't really beat much. The Rending Spirit was quite big on the Ancestor, but it was understandable. Oh, I'm glad he played that. That was a huge mistake. I'm very glad he played that. Let's play out the Ancestor. I think. Do we want to do that? I think we do this. this and just go for the Cradle of Say. Ooh, okay. Well, that gets me up to 6. At the moment we are dead on board. I presume he's not going to go for it because obviously we've got something. We don't die to massive might here. We almost do. Why did he do that? That's mental. Stop doing that, that's mad. So I can go in for 5, put it up to 8. Yeah, I think that's worth doing. I know we're not getting optimum value with the Brine Coma, but getting to 8 here is a pretty big game. If we can dodge a removal spell, there aren't many that kill it. Another Rending Spirit? I don't know why he played the lad. It's pretty mad. Rending Flame, that's what we want to dodge. It's very questionable plays here, I'll be honest. Wolf Strike. Alluring Suit. Oh, it's good he attacked after doing that. So we can play this, we can get in for a lock. I think we go for this now. And we go for the Steel Spirit, and then I'll just Chill of the Grave or Valorous Stance, depending on if he fires off removal. Yeah, I think opponents had a chance of killing. It would have been close if he hadn't misplayed, but I think he had every chance. Lacerate Flesh. It's fine with me. Let me just Chill of the Grave, and if he attacks, he's dead. He's dead. I don't blame him for doing it. I don't think he's going to win by just fanning around. But he did. Ooh, I didn't think we were going to be able to win that one. We dropped down to 3. But our opponent disagreed, and more power to him for doing so. On this daily draft of Crimson Vow, one of the many I do each day. I suppose I haven't drafted it for a few days. I've done a few. Okay, we'll find out how many we've done in the interim. Set Crimson Vow, I have an 61.8% record with 21 drafts, including 6 trophies. 5 of which were in a row, which probably explains why I haven't been drafting too much recently after not getting the in a row wins for a couple of weeks. What was this deck? Here we go. Loving the blue-white. Oris 27. I'm already happy. 2-1 is always good in my mind. I don't care too much about the gems. It's more about feeling like I've played well, feeling like the games have maybe not played well, but feeling like the games have been decent. Soul Cipher board again, looking dodge. Our hand again looking dodge, but let's see what we can do. Lantern Bearer, well, I'm okay with that. And he's got a Flame-Bested Bolt, I believe. Based on the amount of time he took there. I think I am going to stop my upkeep here. I need to hit a land. Yeah, crap it. Yeah, these hands are not being kind to me, my friends. Oh, I was about to say, shit, I forgot to stop on upkeep, but we got lucky. That'd be doing nothing, opponent's got no pressure. Presumably has counters, he's definitely got the bolt, I think, given how long he is holding, given the arena tell. Skywarp, Scarb, okie dokie. Do I want to kill this now? I'll make him think I've got a counter. I think I want to soul Cypherboard now. There we go. I'm gonna Valorous stance before anything. Before he untaps. Binding Geist even. Again, this card is pretty good here. Yeah, let's put the Lantern Bearer in the graveyard. So drawing the blue source. I think we just chill of the grave here. I don't want to use Fierce Retribution. Valorous Stance probably not going to be at its best here. But this is fine. Don't mind that getting countered incidentally. Screaming Swarm, okay. I think I'm just going to Valorous Stance and play the Monstrosity. 5/5 difficult to deal with. Especially with a Cradle of Safety in hand. If I can untap here, I'm feeling quite confident. Hungry, hungry wolf. So he's going for the double block and the bolt, it seems. Sure. This is going to work out well for me, obviously. Let's just get this up. Let's save our Monstrosity. We can even play for Syncopate. Well, he can't even cast Syncopate. I think I'll block the 3/1 here. I don't need this Repository Scarb to win. Maybe that's folly. I can just put him on a 2-turn clock. I have nothing in exile. I will soon. Like the Epicure. I always like seeing that. I understand it can be good in the right deck, but I've rarely found myself playing them. Which isn't to say it's right to not play them. Just that I rarely find myself doing it. Is he going to Lantern Bearer up the Blinding Geist and race me? I don't think it's a bad play, to be honest. I don't know how he can get a 6/6 in blue. I guess he can bounce it. So it didn't attack. Interesting. Interesting. Let's go for this. Ah, no, that's poor. I wanted to leave a Fierce Retribution. I thought I was. It's folly. It's folly. I don't mind trading here. It flips our thing. Then we can draw 2, discard 1. Obviously... Oh no, he's used the bolt, hasn't he? No, he used one of the bolts. Gets a creature in exile, so I don't mind too much about that. We managed to draw Sigurda's Imprisonment. We need to worry slightly about this Screaming Swarm. Yeah, I think that's the right play. I can keep doing things to it, but no, I guess Sigurda's Imprisonment does kill it outright. Slowly. Scattered Thoughts, okay. Yeah, we have 2 Scattered Thoughts left. A Ballista Watcher not taken, and also just the Screaming Swarm. The opponent's deck's pretty good. Toss the 1/1. Still needs an answer to this 7/7. 7. I can't play Fierce Retribution for the normal value and the Cobbled Lancer. So I probably don't want to draw. He puts me to the top. Not ideal. I think I will draw though. Yeah, that's a good draw. I'm very glad I did that. Whereas opponent can survive by Binding Geist the monstrosity. Opponent seems like a very competent player, incidentally. Says, even if I win this one, it's going to be tough. He's got a good deck as well. Albeit with an Epicure. Lantern's Lift, okay. He needs to Binding Geist or else he's dead, and he's still just dead, right? Yeah. Like I say, opponent's good. He's seen the correct lines throughout. How many Valorous stances has he seen? Okay, he's seen 2. So he's going to be able to play around that with a degree of ease. He's still dead, isn't he? I'll just make sure. Dreadlight Monstrosity is doing real work. Okay, this could be the game where the 3/3s, 2 mana 3/3s come out. Traded the Watcher, but he'll be lucky to get that. It does dodge the bolts. It kills that. What did he have in exile? Nothing. What did he have there? He had a Screaming Scar, which I'm not too worried about. Okay, I think this Soul Cipher Ball can come out again. Just dying to 2 bolts is, after all that setup cost, is just too painful. And for the same reason I can't play that. Can't play the Piercing Lights, it doesn't kill enough things. 2 bolts. I really don't want to find myself throwing away decent creatures with bolts. I'm not going to put that in. Catilda I need to be careful with. Maybe it's just the Chill of the Grave again. I love me a Chill of the Grave. Right, come on, Oris 27. Let's sneak this win. We've been good at keeping 2 landers on the draw and getting there. It's better than that. Not a great hand, though. Nothing personal, I mute everyone. Mischievous Catgeist. Well, let's just say we've got very, 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 very lucky to have a Fierce Retribution in hand. Provided he hasn't got a Syncopate. If he does, I think the game's probably over quite quickly. Oh, Thirst for Discovery. That's it, not a Syncopate. Good card, but we're saved. Oh, Brine Coma. Just when you need something off the top, Brine Coma delivers. 2 Valorous Stances looking a little bit odd here. A little bit awkward. Well, maybe not. That helps. Cobbled Lancer so far has done sweet fuck all in all these drafts. I know he got exiled from the graveyard last game and let me draw Brine Coma. That whole Recon Tail. Well, you know what that dies to. Probably be a bit pissed off for his opponent here. I played the land even though I've got Siphon, so I can basically, I want to cast Siphon Essence here, even though I now can't discard much to it here. I guess the Cobbled Lancer is at its best being discarded. I can play the Monstrosity next turn if I draw a land. I'm just gonna, if he plays 1 big creature, I'm just slamming him with everything. Yep. Ooh, not bad, not bad. Yeah. It's worth it. He'll block the 2/2, I guess. I probably should block that one, yeah. Sorry, I meant that one. Him going to 5 is pretty good for me here, I think. I didn't think he had Syncopate based on earlier in the game. If I draw a land here, it's technically lethal. I suppose he can draw a card. If he draws a card, I'm going to assume, yeah, I'm going to assume he hasn't got what he needs in hand. Which I think is a fair assumption. Lantern Bearer. So the bounce spell sort of gets me here. Let's put this on. What do I don't care if I dies? This. Oh wait, what am I thinking? This doesn't exile. This exiles if this dies. Oh, it's foolish on my part. Well, you can't kill this in response. I mean, he can, but he dies. Okay, so what's he got? I can't imagine he's got something that kills this. It'd have to be the bounce spell, but then he'd just go for that and block this. Maybe in a braid on one of these two. Like, again, he's played this well. Like, if you had a braid, not killing this in response was the correct play. But opponent playing loads of 5 and 4 toughness creatures has helped me immeasurably here in my Valorous Stance dot deck. Flame Blessed Bolt, okie dokie. See, like I said, opponent's good. Let's do this now. Scattered Thoughts, that's a very good draw. I think I'll chomp here. Wait, it's got life. Oh no, mine's got lifelink. Sorry, I just saw lifelink. Okay. Oh wow. Well, we did see a bomb last game, last turn. But you know what it couldn't beat? It couldn't beat our 6-mana 5/5, which was bloody good. And after a long hiatus, we return with a convincing victory. 2 of the opponents weren't that good, I'll be honest with everyone, but the third guy was really good and had a really good deck. But you know what? We go back up to 73,000 gems, which is a testament to our decent win rate in this format. Certainly nothing like last format. But yeah, thanks all for joining me. I won't bore everyone with opening the packs. We'll open 10 at once, see what we get. Caretaker one time. Never Caretaker, nothing matters. It's all about collecting the gems from the excess cards for me. Anyway, I've enjoyed it because we won. I wouldn't have enjoyed it if we hadn't won. But you know what? We did, and that's all that bloody matters. Maybe I'll draft again. I'm certainly playing in the Open next weekend, so I hope to see many of you there, and I hope you all have terrible decks for obvious reasons. Until that joyous time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the flip side.